A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a dramatic escalation of rhetoric, former President Donald Trump has publicly accused Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky of prolonging the ongoing conflict in Ukraine by refusing to consider ceding territory to Russia, particularly Crimea. This accusation comes as the White House has urged Ukraine to contemplate giving up land as part of a peace deal aimed at ending the three-year war with Russia, which has already seen Moscow capture about 20% of Ukrainian territory, including Crimea, which was annexed in 2014. The situation remains dire, with approximately 4.6 million Ukrainians displaced from their homes in the occupied territories in Crimea. In a statement made today ahead of crucial talks in London involving U.S., European, and Ukrainian officials, Zelensky firmly rejected the idea of ceding any Ukrainian territory, stating, "There is nothing to talk about. It is our land, the land of the Ukrainian people." His comments came in response to American media reports suggesting that the Trump administration was open to recognizing Crimea as Russian territory. In a post on his Truth Social network, Trump criticized Zelensky's remarks as inflammatory and claimed they would only serve to prolong the conflict. He questioned why Ukraine did not fight to retain Crimea when it was annexed without resistance in 2014. Trump stated, "The statement made by Zelensky today will do nothing but prolong the killing field, and nobody wants that." He further emphasized that Zelensky's stance complicates efforts to reach a settlement and warned that the situation for Ukraine is dire. Trump suggested that Zelensky must choose between peace or continuing to fight for another 3 years, potentially losing the entire country. Zelensky's rejection of territorial concessions is rooted in the constitutional framework of Ukraine, which he argues would be violated by recognizing Crimea as Russian land. Ukrainian Economy Minister Yulia Sviridenko echoed this sentiment, asserting that Ukraine is open to negotiations but will not surrender any territory. She stated, "There will be no agreement that hands Russia the stronger foundations it needs to regroup and return with greater violence." The peace talks in London are crucial as Vice President J.D. Vance called on Ukraine to accept a proposed American peace deal that aligns closely with Russian demands. This proposal includes a stipulation that Ukraine withdraws its troops from 4 provinces that Russia annexed in 2022 and effectively freezes territorial lines, allowing Russian forces to maintain control over significant portions of eastern Ukraine. Vance remarked, "The only way to really stop the killing is for the armies to both put down their weapons, to freeze this thing, and to get on with the business of actually building a better Russia and a better Ukraine." As lower-level diplomats from the UK, France, Germany, Ukraine, and the US convene for discussions led by Foreign Secretary David Lammy, the focus remains on achieving a just and lasting peace. Lammy stated, "We are working at pace with US, Ukraine, and European allies to end the war and secure a just and lasting peace, with senior official talks in London today." However, as negotiations unfold, the grim realities of war persist. Just this morning, a Russian drone strike in the eastern city of Marinets resulted in the deaths of 9 Ukrainians and injuries to 54 others, with Zelensky condemning the attack as a deliberate war crime targeting civilians. Meanwhile, in Moscow, 3 explosions were reported in the city's central business district, raising concerns about security even in the heart of the Russian capital. The ongoing conflict and the stakes involved in these negotiations highlight the complexities of international diplomacy and the dire consequences of war. As both sides grapple with the potential for peace, the voices of the people affected by this conflict remain at the forefront, reminding leaders of the human cost of their decisions. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.